Have you ever just wished you could clone yourself, just to handle all the little repetitive tasks on your plate? Well, today we're going to do the next best thing. We're going to build an automated ecosystem, basically a digital employee that works for you 24/7, even while you sleep. So let's get right to it and build your first one step by step.
And that right there is the key idea. I mean, this isn't science fiction anymore. The tools to build these systems, they're out there, and they're accessible. The ability to automate isn't a luxury. It's a choice, a strategic one. So where do we even begin?
Well, every single automated system needs a starting gun. A trigger that tells it, okay, go. This is kind of like the ears of our digital employee. It's just constantly listening for one specific thing to happen, like a new lead coming in from your website or a customer sending an email.
And this slide really shows you the huge leap in speed. The old way, which is called polling, is like constantly poking your system, asking, hey, is there anything new yet? How about now? Now? It's just slow and really inefficient. The new way with something called webhooks is instant. So what in the world is a webhook? Think of it like this. It's just a digital notification. It's a tiny message that one app sends to another to say that something just happened. It's really the secret sauce behind real-time automation.
And that's pretty much what's going on behind the scenes. Instead of our system having to check for updates all the time, the app where the action started, like your website's contact form, it basically just shouts, hey, something happened, the very second a new lead fills it out. And that right there, that's the spark that lights the whole fuse.
Okay, so our system got the signal, a new lead came in. Now what? We can't just let that data float around in cyberspace, right? We need to give our digital employee a place to store and organize all this info. A digital filing cabinet or a notebook. And here is a perfect, really practical example. So once that webhook delivers the data, our system can take an action, like add a new row in a Google Sheet. It takes those little pieces of information, the things we call variables, like the person's name, their email, and it automatically puts them into the right columns. And just like that, no more manual copy-pasting, ever. All right, now we get to the really, really cool part. So far, our digital employee is a fantastic data entry clerk. But what if we could give it a brain? What if it could do more than just file information? What if it could actually understand it, add to it, and even make decisions? Well, we can start by teaching it to find more information all on its own. Using these simple no-code tools like Browse AI or Bardeen, we can literally tell our system to go visit a website and automatically pull key details like a price, a product title, a specific link, whatever you need, all without you lifting a finger. But just collecting data is only the beginning. Once we have all this rich information, we can then pass it over to an AI agent like GPT-4. This is the moment we go from just collecting facts to actually creating insights and actions from them. And just look at this. This is the magic. You can feed the AI a giant chunk of text you scraped and tell it, summarize this into 2 clean sentences. Or it can analyze a customer's email, figure out the sentiment, and draft a perfect, polite, and positive reply for you to send. I mean, the potential here is it's enormous. Now, as powerful as all this is, these systems aren't always completely set it and forget it. Just like any employee, our digital worker can sometimes run into little issues, so it's super important to know how to give it a quick tune-up now and then. Probably one of the most common hiccups you'll run into is a data mismatch. This happens a lot with things like dates, where one app might format it as month, day, year, and the next one expects day, month, year, and then boom, you get an error. And the solution is usually really straightforward. You just have to pop into your automation tool and make sure the data formats are consistent from one step to the next. It's a simple fix that'll save you a ton of headaches. Another thing you might see is hitting what's called an API rate limit. Just think of an API as the front door to an application. If your automation starts knocking on that door way too many times, way too quickly, the service might just temporarily lock you out to keep from getting overwhelmed. And the fix here is surprisingly simple. You just tell your digital employee to take a quick break. By adding a little sleep or delay step into your workflow, even for just a second or two, you can space out the requests and keep everything running nice and smooth. So there you have it. We've built our digital employee from the ground up, from the initial spark to the filing cabinet, all the way to its intelligent brain. We even know how to give it a quick tune-up. The only question left is, what are you going to build first? What's that one repetitive task you could hand off this week and just never ever have to do manually again?